This is your Impact Wrestling opening contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Rosemary, Crazy Steve, and Black Taurus, DK!
D'Lo, you've been jumping out of your seat this whole time. Give it to me.
I am feeling jacked. The entire wrestling world has their eyes squarely focused on Impact Wrestling. And in Rebellion, I guarantee this company and all its talents will deliver.
Throughout the night, we are going to hear everyone's opinion. Some very interesting takes on Rebellion. We'll also see Tennille in action. We're going to hear from Sami Callihan and the Impact Unified World Champion, Rich Swann. The man that will main event Rebellion is here tonight.
And there you see Decay with that ominous entrance to there, just taking control of the entire situation. Controlling the room.
We set a mood here as we head into, D'Lo, dare I say, the biggest night in this company's history on April 25th this Sunday.
Not the biggest night in this company's history, the biggest night in wrestling history right now. World champion versus world champion.
Their opponents from Tokyo, Japan, the Big LG, Doc Gallows, Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. They are the Good Brothers.
You mentioned the world titles on the line at the main event, but let's also talk about the tag team titles. Impact tag team titles once sat around the waists of these men right here. Two men that many say are the very best tag team wrestlers in the world, but now the titles have been all around the world. To New Japan, to Tokyo, and now they come back on April 25th with Finjuice wearing them. D'Lo Brown, Finjuice are coming back from Japan, a totally different team than the team that beat the brothers.
They're coming back a team with more confidence and more swagger. And I use that word swagger a lot to describe guys, but it's a way of letting you know how they feel about themselves. And they are more accomplished. When you win the Impact World Tag Team titles, you carry them everywhere you go. It's a sense of pride. And I tell you right now, Finjuice has that pride in themselves.
Using the hashtag Impact on Access TV, and D'Lo, I heard a really cool bit of news about how people can watch Rebellion. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Dude, I'm so excited about this. Impact Wrestling is going to be on PlayStation. Yes, Rebellion is going to be on PlayStation. Go to PlayStation's website, get all the information, but that is huge.
Absolutely, PlayStation.com throughout the US and the UK. So now, D'Lo, look, we could talk about Rebellion for hours, and we will. Everyone will, but let's talk about the wrestling, because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be about. So please, analyze it for us.
So if you want to talk about this match right here, right now, Crazy Steve is exerting himself, and he's jockeying for position here, but Carl Anderson with that fine European uppercut.
Fine indeed. When we try to break down the matchup that Anderson and Gallows will have going in against Robinson and Finlay, where's the advantage lie? Is it Gallows' height and size? Is it Anderson's experience? Is it Finjuice's youth and momentum?
I think it's simply as this. I think the Good Brothers just PO'd. Oh, wow. I think the Good Brothers are in a bad mood, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor. I feel the Good Brothers have something to prove to themselves and the wrestling world.
Black Taurus, ever since he came here to Impact, aligned himself with Decay, he's changed the entire makeup of the division. With tandem offense like that, cover here, ref in great position, no.
Black Taurus has brought an aggression to Impact Wrestling that, dare I say, wasn't completely always there before. And just this intimidation factor, this aggression, this strength, Black Taurus is a game changer.
Now, would you say that's a theme throughout Impact? It's an interesting insight. So we look at teams like Violent by Design, and they'll be a part of Rebellion, and now you're talking about Black Taurus. And is there an edgier side to Impact heading into Rebellion?
Well, I say let's rewind back several months, and that edge came from the first time we saw anyone from AEW here in Impact Wrestling. Okay. Everyone has been on edge ever since then. So yeah, there's a new sense of pride in what your company is. There's a new sense in direction. So yes, there's a different edge about Impact Wrestling.
I mean, talk about edge. When we break it down here, that walking a fine line have been the Good Brothers. They're aligned with All Elite Wrestling. They're chum with Tony Khan and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. But also, Impact gave the Good Brothers an opportunity. So where do you sit there?
I think the Good Brothers, they stand wherever the money is. I think they stand wherever they can up their brand and up who they are. At this point, we don't know what side of the fence they're on. All I know is they can just flat out wrestle.
Okay, so look, it's no secret, right? Our parent company has made huge purchases in recent days that have been making news, and you can talk more about it. You're saying that Anderson and Gallows came here just because that's where the money was, but if all their boys and buddies are down the road at AEW, that's where their true loyalty lies, then that's a dick move.
It might be, but it's what the Good Brothers do. They good brother you along. They brother you softly. We've spoken about that before. The brothers are all about making their bank account bigger, and they're going to do it wherever they think they can.
It's interesting how it impacts the psyche of the athlete. You see Gallows showing a lot of aggression here. Winning does pad the bank account. Winning does pad the brand. But without the titles, hey guys, you're just like every other tag team out there.
That's why. Oh, look at Taurus.
Nice. Wow, Taurus is unlike anything out there. He may have hurt himself, though.
Yeah, Taurus came up that top like a Scud missile. Just launched himself right at the big LG.
Head made. Keep an eye on Tarus's hamstring, but Steve is cut off by Carl Anderson. Such a great pedigree in professional wrestling, especially in the tag team division. But look at Crazy Steve,
nice.
Showing off a little lucha libre as well. Some devious intention.
Yeah, Crazy Steve is one of those guys who just shocks you every time he gets in the ring, because you look at him and you judge him by his cover, and he is nothing like his cover.
Anderson used his height to push off the head of Steve. Steve rolled through, caught him, low end, flatliner, isn't enough, no leg hook in Anderson. Oh, look at that, great!
Nice!
Carl is not flat down on his chest, and LG's not going to allow Steve to lock the hold in, and here we go.
And Black Taurus, he seems fine right now.
Yep, we've seen these two
go
at it.
He's not fine
recently.
anymore.
Yeah, good point. But now that isolates Steve.
And this is when the brothers are dangerous, when they can execute this tandem offense.
Wait a minute. Don't count Steve out. That lefty clothesline puts him in perfect position. Turn around. Gallows had way too much time.
The big LG, the big Hefe. Oh, what? No, the strength
There's
of Gallows.
the difference right there. We talked about it. Gallows is the difference maker. Magic killer. Carl is legal. Ref is in great position. It's over.
Here are your winners, the Good Brothers.
Boy, oh boy, D'Lo Brown going into rebellion. Break down what you see out of the challengers, the Good Brothers.
What I see right there is the Good Brothers peaking at the right time, rounding into shape just
Juice
for rebellion.
Robinson, David Finley, Finn Juice. 2020 was a terrible year for a lot of people. But 2020 was the best year the Good Brothers ever had. And maybe, just maybe, we got a little bit too comfortable. Maybe, just maybe, we got a little bit too cocky. Finn Juice, the Good Brothers want to thank you. We thank you for waking up the big LG